You know, they're selling y'all wolf tickets, people. You're eating them right up.
Hey, pussy, are you still there?
I back. Trust me, I back.
But I'm not impressed by your performance.
You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing. Shut your fucking mouth, you'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing. Not one of you will do nothing.
I'll tell you what, bro. You know, I was out there, I was fighting all the hitters, bro. You ain't fighting no hitters.
Come on, guys. It's normal.
I'm not saying I would fight you. I would kill you.
John, do you think? John, do you think I'm just gonna sit there and let you kill me, John? I mean, really?
No, don't be scared, homie.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the fuck he wants.
I am gonna beat you into the living death. I mean, maybe that's your job, but where I come from, you know, people like that get slapped.
That's fucking illegal.
Nick, I want to smoke the world. How's that feel?
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Well, this is a simulated death match. And you haven't simulated anybody's death yet.
I said it last year. We're not here just to take part. We're here to take over.
What is the game plan going in against him?
The game plan is you go in there, hit him with some good shit, don't get hit, and come home with a pocket full of cash.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Everybody's on steroids. The whole UFC, everybody.
I'm gonna go home tonight. I'm gonna drink a Coors Light. That's a Coors Light because Bud Light won't pay me nothing.
Do you want to be a fighter? That is my question.
Yes. What is up? What is up, MCR family? I can't say another daily edition because it's 2 shows in 1 day. Yes.
Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Putting in overtime, 2 live fight chats in the same day, 2 different combat sports. Hit that like button, share the show, subscribe. Make sure you go to patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio to help support the channel. Top 10 of MMA saying DDS win, ? Fight has not started yet. Junior Santos is doing the last sort of pre-fight commission checks and walking to the cage as we speak. Definitely let me know in the chat who you guys have winning this, sort of a last-minute prediction to the fight, to the main event of UFC Boys, UFC Fight Night 133, I believe. Junior Santos versus Blagoy Ivanov. One of those fights that it's really a make-or-break-it fight for Junior Santos. If he loses this fight after going on an 18-month layoff due to the USADA sort of suspension, even though he was proven to not have taken any illegal substance that was not a tainted supplement. You know, he had to face, sort of like the wrath of USADA. Has been out of the cage for a bit. Obviously, his last sort of few fights have not been the greatest. What version of Junior Santos do we have here? I think Blagoy Ivanov should tell us a lot about that. Is this a Junior Santos that fought Ben Rothwell and schooled him for 5 rounds in a boxing lesson? Or is this the Steve Miocic? Is this the Junior Santos that fought Alistair Overeem, that fought Steve Miocic the second time? Is it going to be that sort of faded, sort of just waiting for that single shot and slow, almost like underwater Junior Santos? Only, time will tell, obviously, within the next couple minutes as Bruce Buffer is about to give the final cage announcements to these 2 heavyweight combatants. Obviously, Blagoy Ivanov was a Bellator and a World Series of Fighting heavyweight champion. Obviously, Junior Santos being a former heavyweight champion in the UFC, obviously beat Cain Velasquez in their first fight on Fox's first ever UFC card. Throw back to that one because I was at that one live. That was insane. That was a good time. Kyle saying, always a wonder what kind of JDS we will see, but still got picking via late TKO. Yeah, I'm picking Junior Santos to win here via boxing lesson. From what I've seen from Blagoy Ivanov, he has done very well against regional heavyweights. And regional heavyweights are vastly different in terms of levels, in terms of athleticism, in terms of skill, than a guy like JDS. JDS, one of the most athletic heavyweights of his era, I would say. and also one of the best technical boxers in the game. Yes, obviously he's been knocked out by a guy like Alistair Overeem, but let's not forget that Overeem is one of the best kickboxers to have ever competed in MMA. So that was one of those where Junior Santos, really having no credentials in boxing, is a great MMA boxer. Alistair Overeem was just a superior striker overall, let's be honest, let alone the version of Junior Santos that we got. But a Blagoy Ivanov, a guy that obviously went to a coma. I forget the amount of time he was in a coma due to him being stabbed out in Bulgaria. Bulgaria being Bulgaria. It is good to see him at this stage and get this sort of shine, I would say, because if he comes out there and, let's say, beats Junior Santos, I think if he does beat Junior Santos, because we have a faded shot version of JDS, and that probably is going to lead to a very emphatic finish for Blagoy Ivanov, you're going to see a new heavyweight contender, even though he probably, let's be honest, won't be able to compete with the guys like Daniel Cormier, Stipe Miocic, Overeem, Fabricio Verdum. There's a lot of guys that I see beating Blagoy Ivanov that are a little bit better in terms of where they're at in their career than a JDS. But final announcements from the ref, Herb Dean, one of the greatest refs in MMA history. Final touch of the gloves. JDS looking in shape, looking focused. Definitely the taller, bigger guy in the cage. Longer reach. He should be able to keep this on the outside with his jab and just work the boxing game. Work the right hand whenever he wants it. Let's see what sort of fight we get. Get hyped. First round starting. Junior Santos instantly taking the center of the cage, pushing Blagoy Ivanov behind the double black line, almost against the cage already, just with his forward movement. No shots have been thrown yet. Really no feints yet. A couple feints from both guys, but nothing much. Feinted teep kick right there from JDS. Then just to sort of gauge reaction, the speed of that reaction from Blagoy Ivanov. Right hand with no jab set up from JDS misses. Ivanov throws a couple behind it, but misses as well. Teep kick to the body from JDS lands slightly. JDS needs to start throwing that jab. I don't know why he's not throwing the jab. Maybe because Blagoy is a southpaw, and there's a concern about the jab not being able to land. But in MMA, I would say the jab can land significantly more against the opposite stance opponent than, let's say, in boxing or kickboxing, etc. But just because of the gloves, the glove size alone, you're able to get over that lead hand a little bit easier because not that 3 inches of cushion right there. Right hand from JDS misses wide. Good jab to the body there by JDS, though. He needs to start throwing that. That's his classic signature setup shot, is that jab to the body. Ooh, Blagoy catches him with a little good check hook off the southpaw right hand. Lead hook right there. Good one. Stopped JDS in his tracks. JDS had to reset. Reestablish distance. Roundhouse kick to the body from JDS. Does not land. Ooh, roundhouse kick up top with a lot of force. Gets partially blocked by Blagoy Ivanov. JDS not really setting up any of these big shots. That's a concern for me. The one thing we saw in the Ben Rothwell fight was his ability to really set up these shots with his jab, especially his jab to the body. Herb Dean gives JDS a little warning about the fingers being stretched out straight. I didn't see that much of a big deal yet. I get that Herb Dean's like ultra protective about people's eyes now. I get it, but that wasn't too bad. Blagoy catches him again with a great counter check hook, man. Like JDS went in there for a lunging right hand, got caught with that check hook again. JDS needs to start setting up these right hands. He's loading up on that right hand. You can see him setting it up. He telegraphs it. Teep kick to the body there by JDS. Sort of keeping, Ivanov behind that double black line. Another check. Little hook from Blagoy Ivanov right there. He's been able to catch him several times now with that. Every time JDS, he feints with the jab, then throws the right hand over it. But Blagoy is able to catch him. He's able to time him. Just because the amount of distance that JDS is trying to cross with that lunging right hand. Blagoy just catches him with that right hook. There's even a cut above JDS's left eye at this point, right above the nose. from that hook. I don't know if it's a broken nose or just a cut that's been open. Eric Rosas making a great point that JDS is getting a little bit too close at times. Definitely agree. That his sense of distance isn't completely down. I'll admit, Ivanov's great step in knee counter as Blagoy sort of went for a level change. JDS caught him with that step in counter knee. Good right hand of the body there from JDS. I like that. The head's giving him some issues. Blagoy actually has some pretty good head movement. Able to slip some of these shots. Bring it down low. Look at that gut from Ivanov. You can hit that all day. I would say jab up top, double jab, throw the right hand of the body if you're JDS. That's what you should be doing. Jab right there from JDS. Doesn't land, but at least he's throwing it. Really, I think like one of the first committed jabs up, like, period, I would say, from JDS. Another jab to the body there from JDS to keep going. Right hand of the body. He slipped a little bit there. Overextended himself. Blagoy goes in for a swarming low combination right there. JDS is just easily able just to back straight up and circle out. Good jab to the body there from JDS. Keep this up, JDS. This is how you win. Right hand of the body. You're a better athlete. You got better cardio. A little short check hook from Ivanov is able to land a little bit. Roundhouse kick to the body from JDS. JDS definitely doing a much better job, I would say, in the second half of this round. After getting caught with that last sort of really hard check hook that really cut him up. I think he sort of realized that I need to start setting up these shots. He was sort of just winging these right hands, looking for that knockout blow out of nowhere without any setup. I'm glad that he's starting to actually set up his combinations. Round is over. Slight 10-9 for JDS, mainly due to his work rate, his attention to the body. I think he landed more shots overall. You know, they may not have been as I would say as effective at those short check hooks from Ivanov. But Ivanov only landed 3 of them, I would say, maybe 4 in that last sort of minute there. But even that I wouldn't count. While JDS was able to land consistent body work throughout. And be the aggressor. He was controlling the real estate of the fight, controlling where the fight was at, controlling the tempo of the fight. Definitely a slight 10-9 round. A little bit anticlimactic, maybe is probably the right way to frame it for JDS. But JDS, I would say, should clearly win that. Second round about to start right now. The cut is above the eye, by the way, not over the nose. It's so far not really getting in the way of the vision, or obstructing the vision, I should say, of JDS. But who knows if it starts getting open up a little bit more there and starts really bleeding. Again, Ivanov going behind the double black line. JDS taking the center of the cage, taking control, taking the range. Let me know in the chat, guys, who you thought won that first round. Was it JDS or was it Ivanov? Ooh, spinning a wheel kick from JDS. Misses. Sort of his signature, like, I don't know, power move. I don't know what, super move, whatever you want to call it. Ivanov, though, taking the center of the cage, being a little bit of the aggressor, making JDS back up. I like that. Just with forward, bodily pressure. That's all you have to do. Just walk forward. You'd be surprised about what that can do. Good jab from JDS. Bothers the eye of Ivanov. Ivanov not really having the skill or the technique to really deal with the range management of JDS. He's not really able to burst in there because he doesn't have athleticism. When he tries to, engage these grappling exchanges, he sort of just reaches out there with his hand. It's not really, setting up a takedown, a quick level change. He's not really doing any of that. He's not looking to counter these big right hands from JDS to duck under and go for that, single double. He's not looking for that at all. He's almost content right here just playing this striking game where he is slightly losing. Ooh. Throwaway jab with the overhand right from JDS. Lands. Another good jab from JDS. Seemingly has found his range, found the accuracy. Even found the timing down from Ivanov potentially. Ivanov is not, I'm not going to say slowing already in the second round, but definitely just not quick. I don't know if that's just like him overall, because not like he was quick in the first round except for short counter hooks. Then again, only 3 of them, but he is glacially slow compared to JDS's hand speed. Eventually, JDS is going to knock this guy out. It's going to happen. 2 minutes left in the second round. JDS just being on the outside, jabbing. Here and there, pot shotting. Actually be on the back foot a lot in the last, I would say, 30 seconds or so, 45 seconds or so. Be content just being that boxer. Maybe wanting Ivanov to sort of exert some energy, sort of tire himself out. 1-2 from JDS lands. Another good jab to the body from JDS. JDS just winning. I mean, this is like I predicted. This is seemingly the Ben Rothwell sort of fight where you get in an unathletic fighter like Ivanov going against an actual athlete in the heavyweight division that has some actual skill and technique behind it, instead of just being a scrappy guy that's above 250 pounds. There's a difference there, especially in heavyweight MMA. Interesting to see where JDS goes from here. Right hand lands from JDS. I wonder if he sort of goes for like a big money fight, even though there's not really one in the heavyweight division, but sort of go for like a notable fight. Like, does he sort of want to fight a Derek Lewis in a main event on Fox and really be promoted? Or theoretically ESPN maybe in 2019. I don't know. It's something that you sort of have to think about if you're JDS. Like, what's the next move? Oh, great combination from JDS right there. A four-piece combination. 1-2, and then followed up with some shorts, little shovel hooks. End of the second round. Easy 10-9 for JDS. Just winning in every category, being the better striker. Really no grappling exchanges have been made yet, but that's predominantly due to JDS being very hard to sort of time for takedowns and to sort of clinch up. It's hard to clinch up JDS when he has that power, has that hand speed, and can counter you. Especially if your entries aren't that technically sound and fundamental, like a Blagoy Ivanov, it seems. Even though he is such a decorated Sambo champion, the only guy I want to say to beat Fedor in Sambo. I could be wrong about that. He really doesn't know how to initiate any of these clinches or any of this grappling exchanges or any of these. It's unfortunate. Even the striking exchanges, when he's been the guy on the front foot going forward, being the aggressor, he is not the one throwing first usually. It's still JDS. This is the difference between a regional heavyweight champion and a former UFC heavyweight champion right here, ladies and gentlemen. Beginning of the third round coming up. I assume everyone in the chat also scored it 10-9 for JDS in that second round. Teep kick for JDS lands to the body. Both guys just sort of feigning each other. JDS behind the double block line. I don't like that. Just because of that right there. Ivanov lunging with 2 double left hooks. They sort of land, and JDS gets caught up against the cage, Circles out, takes the center. Trying to reestablish distance. Ivanov, though, landing a good little left hand right there again. Good jab to the body by JDS. JDS really needs, I think, to not let Ivanov back in this fight in any way, or into this fight at all. He's been winning. He's been dominating. Be the aggressor. Make Ivanov fight backwards. Little eye poke right there from JDS. Ivanov obviously is not a guy that really knows how to get offense going while next to the cage on the defense. Good right hand from JDS lands right there. That's what I would do. If you're Ivanov, you do the exact opposite. You obviously want to be the aggressor. You obviously want to pressure JDS right now because JDS coming forward, he is just allowed to get his offense going, allowed to methodically piece you up. Wandy, like Vandalay Silva? I don't know. Saying, sup, I'm new. What's up, man? Yes, welcome. Hit that like button, share the show, subscribe. Daily podcast, daily live show on YouTube. Ooh, good counter. Left hand from Ivanov. Lands JDS, makes him reset. We recover everything. Boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, all combat sports. Every day, go to patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio to help support the channel. Midway point in the third round. Good jab from JDS lands right there. Ivanov, for what he is, though, he's pretty tough because he's taking some good shots here. And I'm not going to say he doesn't look like discouraged because he kind of does, but that could just be his demeanor where he's always just sulking Bulgarian-like. Good jabs from JDS as he resets, circles around. Ivanov, though, being the aggressor right now, I don't like that. I think if you're JDS, you need to switch that up. Maybe throw some kicks to the body, throw some leg kicks, something. It doesn't seem like Ivanov really knows how to like level change and take you down. Oh, right hand from Ivanov lands hard on JDS. JDS on the back foot. I can't tell if he's hurt or not, but he definitely doesn't look like he's happy. Wandy saying who's winning. JDS has won the first two rounds 10-9. This third round's pretty close, though. Ivanov might have still with that punch, though. JDS whiffs on that right hand. No setup again. Don't revert back to that JDS because you were not doing well in that first round. Not setting up anything with the jab. Herb Dean warning JDS about his outstretched hands. You know, that whole thing. Is what it is. Final warning. Allegedly. Ooh. Oh, combination from JDS lands. Good little three-piece right there. 1, 2, 3. JDS, though, doesn't follow up with it. Goes back on the back foot. I don't like that. I don't know why he's doing that. Not that JDS can't fight on the back foot, because he can. But he does have tendencies when he gets overly pressured to back straight up, lower his hands, and put his chin straight up in the air. And you know, you think with the guy with that skill that he has would have fixed that by now, but he still has that issue. And Ivanov is looking for that. He's looking for that looping left hand as JDS is, you know, darting backwards in a straight line. You know, can Ivanov catch him there? He caught him once in this round. Spinning wheel kick from JDS misses. One, two, slipped by Ivanov. Paulo Thomas saying all 3 rounds to JDS. I can probably see that. This third round was close. End of the third round. I'll probably give it to JDS slightly, though I could see someone scoring that 10-9 for Ivanov. It could be just because that's the best he's done this entire fight. So, that's one of those things where maybe he didn't win, but he looked so much better in this round than he did in the previous two that we sort of think that he could win it, or I think he could win it, I should say, just speaking for myself. But I think JDS did just more throughout that round. Landed some really good shots himself. Ivanov landed one really big left hand, but that's about it. Boom. I just saw the replay of it. And see, JDS has that big issue of putting his arm out to sort of stiff arm his opponent, and he'll try to circle out that way. And right now it's to the power hand of his opponent because his opponent is a southpaw, and leaves his hand down, doesn't look at his opponent. He got caught to the chest right there in what they showed in the replay, but Cain Velasquez caught him with shots like that all the time just because he consistently exits poorly, from a defensive standpoint. When he wants to exit an engagement and get out of there, he does so in just technically poor ways. JDS is very much an offensively gifted fighter that's mediocre defensively, I would say. Just to be honest. Ivanov catches him with a good right hook over there. Right hand in the body from JDS. Ooh, good right hand from JDS right there. The camera was in the right angle, so I couldn't tell if that landed clean, but it was a loud sound that followed it. Herb Dean stopping the action to cut off some loose tape on JDS's glove. Paulo Thomas saying Ivanov just looking for the jackpot punch. He is. He's looking for that looping left hand to knock out JDS. He's not looking to engage in any grappling at all. He's not concerned about sort of point fighting, it seems. While JDS's entire game is sort of predicated on point boxing, like in a sense. Like he very much is looking for a lot of jabs, a lot of single shots, controlling the action, making it very low volume, and eventually maybe land a right hand. Roundhouse kick from JDS. Gets blocked from Ivanov. Paulo Thomas saying no groundwork from either guy. And especially, it's weird with the Sambo background from Ivanov. You think he would have engaged in the grappling with him losing the striking game. Good jab to the body from JDS. Oh, huge cut on the, not forehead of Ivanov, to the side of his head. The hairline, so to speak. Big cut. Ooh, good jab from JDS. Another one. JDS winning cleanly right now. Good counter right hand as Ivanov came in. Good little left hook from JDS. More of a push, though, and sends Ivanov to the cage. JDS just really just jabbing, missing with combinations here and there, not really landing anything right now. Ivanov not throwing, anything at all. Threw a jab right there. That's probably one of his first. Doubles up on that looping left hook. Does not land. God, Ivanov just went there with the, oh my God. Ivanov went with like the 3-punch combination. Was so tired he put his hand on the cage, on top of the cage. That was just, that was bad. That was bad, Ivanov. Come on. What do you guys think about the version of JDS that we're seeing right now? Like, where do you rate him in the division right now? You know, presuming that Ivanov doesn't come out here with a Hail Mary punch or something, and knocks out JDS. JDS should be the winner of this fight on points. As the fourth round is closing out with a minute and 20 seconds left. You know what? Oh, good right hand counter from JDS right there. Gets caught with the shot, but he landed the better shot. Do we think JDS can, is a trilogy fight with Stipe Miocic interesting at all? Is it winnable at all? Or are we seeing I don't want to be rude. Like, I don't want to say like a Shannon Briggs right now. Like a Manny Pacquiao, sort of in a sense, or a Lucas Matisse. What sort of shot fighter are we seeing right now that can still compete at this level? Because obviously he can. Obviously he can beat these types of heavyweights. He can beat the top 20 guys in the world, no problem. He can always outbox them and be the best. He's more skilled, vastly more technique in terms of like your repertoire, in terms of what you can bring to the table in an MMA fight. But can he compete with that top 10? I think that's a very interesting thing to think about right now, as JDS is seemingly putting on a boxing clinic. Landing easy shots. End of the fourth round. Final round coming up. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. It's our second live fight shot of the day. First one was Manny Pacquiao versus Lucas Matisse. Make sure you go check that one out, as Manny Pacquiao finished Lucas Matisse in the 7th round. Amazing sort of performance. Not necessarily a comeback performance from Manny Pacquiao, but in a sense, a comeback performance. Can be interesting to see where he goes from now as well, as we're approaching this final and 5th round in the UFC main event at Boise. Junior Dos Santos, former UFC heavyweight champion, versus Blagoy Ivanov, former Bellator and World Series of Fighting heavyweight champion. JDS winning probably every round on people's scorecards. It's going to be interesting to see, what the judges have here, because they've been all over the place in this fight card. But hopefully this should be clear cut. Kyle making a pretty good point, saying JDS is probably just one of those guys that will win as long as he is more athletic than his opponent. But anyone that can match his athleticism with pressure or power, I should say, he's probably going to struggle. Probably right. Similar to Manny Pacquiao. He needs to be the more athletic, faster guy. Both guys land hard shots there in the opening second of the round. Ivanov just literally like jumping in there with left hands, trying to do something in this final round. JDS seemingly just wanting to box. Osvaldo saying who's winning. JDS is winning on points. JDS looks to just have broken his nose, it seems. Yeah, it's bothering him. Bleeding all over the place, too. Kyle is saying JDS versus Andrei Arlovski could be fun. I agree. I like that fight. That is the fight. That is the fight you make next. I agree. Great roundhouse kick to the body from JDS right there. You could literally see an entire ocean of sweat leave Fat Man Ivanov's body. Impressive. Osvaldo saying, is the fight done? No. We have a little bit over 3 minutes left in the final round. I would say JDS has won the first 4 rounds. He's been outboxing him. Think the Ben Rothwell fight for JDS. It's been that sort of performance. Maybe not as crisp or as effective, but definitely shades of that. Oh, eye poke from JDS. Herb Dean does not look happy. Bringing in the doctor now to check on the eye. It should, I'm not going to say it should be fine, but who knows? I think Ivanov wanted some water to sort of wash out the eye. I understand that. Oh, no point taken. I thought he was about to take a point there from JDS. Actions resumed. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the round. Both guys exchanging some hard shots right there on the inside. JDS trying to sort of reestablish distance. Ooh! Jab, throwaway jab to the body. Overhand right lands from JDS hard, but Blagoy just gets pissed off. Rushes JDS. Lands a few shots. JDS is able to get out of there. Lands another looping right hand with the jab to the body. That's a throwaway to set it up. Ivanov looking exhausted right now. Wandy saying JDS is stealing John Jones moves. Come on, man. That's funny, though. That was good. I think that would never not be funny. JDS roundhouse kick sort of gets blocked. Right hand counter from Ivanov lands. Good jab by Ivanov right there. That little explosion of energy by both guys seems to be expended. Ivanov got his little rest from the eye poke, and now he's tired again. I do not blame him at all. Getting your ass picked apart for 5 rounds by 250-pound Junior Santos is never fun. Overhand right again from JDS. I don't know if that partially landed. May have missed. Another good jab from JDS. JDS just laying the jab on the back foot. Ivanov trying to chase him down, not really doing anything. Thompson, Ivanov got the dab bod. Yeah, he does. Salute. The Bulgarian Roy Nelson, but way less effective and less interesting. And also less fat. Just want to put it out there. Good little short hooks on the inside from Ivanov as JDS was caught up there against the cage. JDS gets back to the center of the cage, lands jab to the body. About a minute left in the round. Right hand from JDS. We see either guy really pressing the gas pedal. Probably not JDS. He probably just skates by to decision. That's what I would do. Ooh. Axe kick from JDS. What was he thinking of doing there, man? Lonnie saying who you got, Cody or TJ? In a rematch, I got TJ. I think on the immediate rematch was such a bad idea for Cody Garbrandt. He needed a tune-up. He needs a tune-up. I'm picking TJ in that one. Thompson, I got a healthy Cody. What do you mean? Cody Garbrandt knocked down TJ Dillashaw in the first round and got like a almost 10-7 round there, and then got viciously knocked out in the second round. Like, Cody was healthy, man. He just got hurt. Like, he literally, like, not like injury-wise. He just got hurt with the shot. Shit happens. End of the round, by the way. Should have said that. Official decision coming up next. Should be a clear win for JDS. Let me know your scorecard. I gave every round to JDS. Easy 10-9s across the board. Mr. Killer Piano saying, I got dad mode, TJ. That's funny. Switching back to the dad bod. Thompson, yeah, with the bad back. No, I understand. That's his argument, but we've seen fighters walk into fights with 20 ACLs and win it. Now, we've seen that before. So, you stepped in the cage. You signed the fight. If your back was that bad, you should not have entered the cage. And then you... Abinov Shukla, I hope I pronounced your name right, saying C-level Cody. That was good. That was good. David Gamer saying DC or Brock Lesnar. I'm picking DC in that one, obviously. Like, DC should be the clear favorite in that. More wrestling credentials, even though Brock Lesnar had a great collegiate wrestling career. DC had a better one. And he also was an Olympic wrestler. I mean, that does count for something. Brock Lesnar was not. And obviously, the striking game is clearly on the side of DC there. But make sure you guys tune in to every podcast and episode we have. It's a daily live show, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Live fight chats and media reactions like you are listening to right now on Saturdays or whenever there are fights. And obviously, Sundays are Patreon-only podcast. Go to patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio to help support the show and get an extra podcast every week. JDS is a named official winner, unanimous decision, like we all thought. JDS put on, again, a classic boxing performance, a classic JDS performance where he was the better athlete, the better fighter. Still showed, I would say, that he is old, that he is fading. He's not the same, but like Kyle said in the chat, I would love an Andrei Arlovski fight. I think that makes the most sense for JDS. Glad he's back. Especially since the whole shit with USADA was bullshit. Let's be honest. But, yes, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Be back, obviously, tomorrow on Patreon only. Patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio to help support the show. See Championship Rounds, our Patreon only podcast. Be back Monday when we review everything. The full fight card for the UFC. All the fights in boxing. Make sure you go back and listen to the Manny Pacquiao, Lucas Matisse live fight chat media reaction as well. Want to see that? That's about it. You can find us on all these platforms right here at Mixed Combat Radio, based on every platform. Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio for podcasting. You can find me at Matt Hunter, MCR, all platforms. So yes, peace. Have a good one.